a.m. Oh, let me say that again. I will start this meeting at, I will call this meeting to order at 10:03 a.m. Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance. We now give time before the meeting to recognize those who wish to recite the pledge, reminding those in attendance that they are not required to do so.
Alrighty. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic to which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alrighty, thank you. Moving on to roll call. President Victor Yamas, that's me, I'm here. Vice President Menifee Valley Campus, Ali Baeza.
Here.
Vice President San Jacinto Campus, Cedro Perez. Student Trustee Allison Salas.
Here.
Commissioner of College Activities Brian Moreno Alvarez.
Here.
Commissioner of Financial Affairs Tracy Yee. She did notify me, Nick, and Hector that she will not be in attendance for this meeting. Commissioner of Institutional Effectiveness Nicholas Singh.
Here.
Thank you. Commissioner of Public Relations Ariana Rodriguez.
Here.
Almost like Commissioner of Public Rodriguez. Sorry. Commissioner of Student Equity and Cultural Affairs Caston Chamberlain.
Here.
Thank you. Moving on to Legislative Branch, Senator of College Activities Cindy Lopez.
Here.
Thank you. Senator of Financial Affairs Christian Cortez.
I'm here.
Thank you. Senator of Institutional Effectiveness Hector Cardenas. I don't believe he's present at the moment. Senator of Public Relations Victoria Ann Caballero.
Present.
Thank you. Senator of Student Equity and Cultural Affairs Chanupa Vasquez.
Here.
Thank you. Senator of Student Equity and Cultural Affairs Victor Heredia.
Here.
Thank you. Senator of Student Equity and Cultural Affairs Timberly Vick. I don't believe she's present at the moment either. Alrighty. As far as visitors go, I don't believe we have any. Moving on to SGA advisors, Jose Hernandez, Suzanne Ortega, and Marisela Magaña are all here. Don't believe Maya is on the call yet. Alrighty. Moving on to the approval of minutes. I believe Nick sent those out on Monday. Did everybody get a chance to look at the minutes?
Yes.
Alrighty. Do you have a motion to approve the minutes?
Ariana.
Thank you. Do you have a second?
Christian
Victoria.
seconds.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Not all at once.
Great
Motion to
minds
approve
think
given by motion to approve given by Commissioner Rodriguez, seconded by Senator Cortez. That being said, do you have any objection to the approval of minutes? No? Alrighty. Motion approved, minutes approved. Moving on to board reports and information items. All reports are to be limited to 1 minute each. Additional time can be allotted with motion second from the Senate.
Alrighty.
First report is our advisors. Yeah, advisors report. Go, take it away, Jose.
Thanks, Victor. So good morning, everyone. So I just have a couple of things to report on. First and foremost, I want to just let you all know that the SG elections take place next week. So, please, for those of you that are watching, our students, please go out there and vote. We will be sending out an electronic ballot via email on Monday, May 4th, and that'll run through May 7th. So that is the time you have to vote. Yes, so please vote. Elections next week. And then something else I want to mention is the Office of Judicial Affairs is hosting a live presentation with information about sexual assault, what to do if you or a friend has experienced sexual assault or domestic violence, and information about campus and community resources. This event is called Get to Know panel. The Get to Know panel. The presentation will be from 12 to 1, and the information is found on our MSJC events calendar page. And lastly, I do want to say that SGA is hosting a Netflix watch party tonight from 5 to 7. The movie that will be shown is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So please email sldp@msjc.edu if you wish to participate.
Alrighty. Thank you, Jose. Does that conclude your report?
Yes.
Alrighty. Any other advisors want to report?
I have something, but I'm not sure if anybody else does, so I'll let them go first.
Alrighty.
I don't have anything to report, Victor.
Alrighty, thank you. Marisela, do you have anything to report?
Would now be a good time to speak about Spirit Month that we're promoting next month?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so just wanted to put that in there. We're gonna go ahead and have a Spirit Month. It's going to be called May Madness. So if we could have you all participate, that would be awesome. And there should be a flyer going out soon for that.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, Maya, take the floor.
Yeah. So happy Friday, everybody. Hope everybody's gonna take care of themselves and rest this weekend. I know it's been feels like a long week. Every week seems like a long week these days. Anyway, so I'm happy to see y'all here. I'm also really happy that some of you that are running were able to participate in the Zoom with the candidates this week. And I just want to give a shout out to the staff that were on the line for supporting you all and making that event happen. And then thank you to you for actually making the event happen and participating. So great job. Also want to encourage y'all, as Marisela said, to just help us out with this May Madness Spirit Week that's going to be going on starting next week. Next week, every week's going to have a theme. So the first week will be Star Wars themed because of May the 4th. And we're asking folks to post on their social media and Instagram. So just be on the lookout for that flyer that's going to come out. But next week is going to start off with Star Wars. So really just something fun, try to get folks engaged and get their mind off of things as much as possible. We have some other things going on. I do want to actually ask, and so I don't know that I'll do it right now during the report, but I'm wondering if maybe before we end in the meeting, this isn't on the agenda, but I did get a request. I wanted to ask the question that if you all had the opportunity to see an act, a musical act or a performance, I think it would be musical in nature, somebody along the lines of perhaps, someone who's not an A-lister by any means, but would there be any particular artists that you all would be interested in seeing? That's just something I'm going to throw out there. And so I'll ask that question actually in the chat. And if you can respond in the chat, that would actually be good. So no need to respond here in the open meeting. But so if you all could see a live performance and act as just like a way to celebrate, like if we were going to host a concert or something, what would you all want to see and who would you want to see? Again, not an A-lister, so remember the budget, but somebody that is maybe less well-known, but still popular. So I'll ask that question in the chat. I'm having internet issues, y'all, so apologies if I can't get into, if I lose connection. And then also I wanted to give opportunity, Victor, not right now, not this moment maybe, but when we do public comment on non-agenda items, we do have a guest that's joined us at the last minute. Yes. Dr. Lisa McAllister, who's our associate dean, is with us. So I'm not sure if she made her announcement yet. Did she, Victor? No, not yet. Okay. So we can give her space either right now during my report, or if you want to just wait till public comment under not agenda items, that's fine too. So up to you. But I think that's all I got. I might be forgetting something, so I might circle back at the end of the meeting. But thank you. Yeah, of course. Is Dr. Lisa McAllister ready right now?
Here.
Alrighty. Go ahead and take the floor. I believe we would benefit from a report right now.
Okay, so I just wanted to come in and talk to you guys for a couple of things. The first thing is that I was hoping to get your guys' help in letting the other clubs and students know about our telehealth and our telecounseling services. We have these services available continuously for students, and we're just not seeing students taking advantage of it. But we know that students are having mental health concerns because we're seeing the reports from the classrooms and other students, but they're not coming to us as they normally would. So I'm kind of just looking for maybe some help with you guys to maybe kind of promote those services through the clubs and try and get the word out to other students about taking advantage of those things. And we have so many things on our website that we've provided. We have mental health screenings, we have the counseling, we have RN visits, we have safer at home links for entertainment things, all kinds of fun things that we've worked on and tried to put together. And then the second thing I wanted to get some feedback on is that we're looking at starting some sort of a video blog, right? So each day would be something different, and it would be a video that we post and on some platform. And I'd like to ideally have a platform where students could respond. So like Mondays could be like Mental Health Mondays, and it would be a quick 5-minute video on a mental health topic. Or maybe like we have our pets from home that we're showing and talking about pet therapy, and hey, post a picture of your pet. Tuesdays might be like Tasty Tuesdays, where we show how to make like a quick healthy recipe that's like, 5 ingredients or less or something like that. And so each day would be something different. So I was hoping that I could get some feedback from you guys as to whether you think that students would respond to that, if that was something that you guys could also help us promote once we get content up there. I could certainly give the links to Maya, and she could, disseminate the information. But if you had any ideas, I'm definitely open to them.
Yeah, I think that's a really great idea. I think Instagram might be the best way to reach out to a lot of the mass of the students. Granted, I'm not in the PR committee, so I would give that
yeah,
to Ariana.
No, yeah. I think Instagram will be the best platform for the event. And I think me and Victoria can definitely help with ideas and help you promote the event.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Of course, thank you. Alrighty. Are there any executive officers that want to report today?
I would like to report if nobody else wants.
Yeah, go right ahead, Awesome.
So I met with Kristen Grimes Monday morning to go over the issue about the email that went to people's spam. Oh gosh, I'm blanking on it. What email was
Bank
it?
mobile disbursement.
The bank mobile disbursement. Yeah, that had went to people's. I don't know. That wasn't it. It was an email about. I don't
Was
think
it
The virtual brown bag.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was the virtual brown bag. Okay, so I talked to her about it. She said that she would talk to Karen Marriott because it shouldn't have went to spam. It should have went to everybody's main email. So I hope she wanted to talk to whoever was going to send out the CARES Act to make sure that the CARES Act went to everybody's main email. I know for me it did, and I'm seeing from Facebook that it went pretty much to everybody's main email. So I hope that it went to your guys' main email as well. I know those of you that are on Facebook, Brian, Caston, Sadal, I've seen you guys posting on the Facebook, giving information to everybody. So that's awesome. I think we've done a good job spreading information, correct information about eligibility and where to apply for the CARES Act. So I talked to Kristen about that. I talked to her also about getting the parking pass, getting some of the parking pass prorated. I think Sadal has more information on that. I seen that she posted something on Facebook, so I'll let her talk on that. Because Kristen just told me that she would bring it up in the closed session meeting. She said she didn't know 100% sure on what would happen yet. And then I'm sure a lot of y'all already know that there's a petition going around, students that are not really too happy about graduation. And that's their right. They're totally have the right to feel valid about that. And I know they're getting that straightened out with, I believe, Maya and Dr. Colson. My only thing is that SGA was directly called out in that petition. If you read it, the person that wrote it said that SGA was not involved whatsoever with the virtual graduation. And I know we did have it on our agenda meeting like 2-3 weeks ago. So if we could just be a little bit more transparent with our minutes, because they said that they didn't see it on any of our minutes and we didn't talk about it. And I know we did. I know it was something that we discussed, I want to say twice in like 2 different meetings. So students are feeling that we weren't transparent at all about the graduation and how we felt about it and our part in it.
Yeah, we discussed like ideas on how to make it like virtual like better, like any fun ideas, but we
Yeah.
didn't any decisions about it. Just clarifying.
Ultimately, SGA decisions won't carry that much impact on this since this is a matter for, you know, our president and everything like that.
I understand that. I think the person was saying that like students had no input on the virtual graduation and like making it personal, but I know we did because I know me and Victor were in a meeting and we talked about it, and I know SGA came up with it wasn't something that was completely bombarded onto students. So that's my only thing is making sure that I know it's our last couple weeks, but making sure moving forward that we're as transparent as possible. And I know we are because we have these videos and they're uploaded on YouTube now. But that's just something that I seen this week, and I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware. I know I talked to the advisors about it as well, and Victor.
That kind of reminds me of what I brought up a few weeks ago about the minutes. I feel like what I'm gonna say again, we should have them a little more in detail, at least a little, because our students sometimes don't have 2 hours to watch a YouTube video and sit down because they have school and stuff, and they can just browse the minutes. And I feel like maybe we should incorporate some kind of more something to make the minutes more detailed, or a report or something. So I second what Allison said. Allison, I mean, oh, sorry.
It's all good. Thank you, Caston. And that's my report. If you guys have any other questions for me, you guys feel free to text me or email me. Thank you.
Alrighty. Thank you, Allison. Any other executive officer reports? Ellie, I see your hand raised. Give me 1 second, Ryan.
You're good.
Ellie, you have your hand raised?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so from ICC this week, there was a couple of things. The Creative Writing Club was published in the Flight magazine online. A lot of their members were published. It's a really, really cool thing for them to get their work posted. So please check that out if you guys have the time. I don't have the link with me right now, but I will send that out via email right after the meeting. Just because my computer doesn't like me looking at other things while I'm on Zoom. Okay, cool. So there's that. And then the Talon is going to be having meetings over summer and putting out stories. So they're always interested in looking for members. I know Brian joined recently. And so, yeah, if you guys have extra time or you guys have any ideas for stories or anything, they would love to hear from you all, especially with this new online platform. It's really flexible. And they can, like, there's poems on there. There's students from stories. There's stories from students, sorry. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas for that. And I know that they're working on like an Animal Crossing story. I don't play Animal Crossing, so I don't really know how it works, but apparently you can like share your villages and stuff or whatever. I don't know. I would be more detailed if I could have details. But if you have any information on that, they would love to hear it as well. That's pretty much it. Cool.
Alrighty. Thank you so much, Ellie. Brian?
Hi guys. So for my report, I have like just 3 things to say. First, for FYE, applications are due May 3, and if you're interested, you can always look for more information under their Instagram account or their MSGC website. I know it includes submitting an application, 2 letters of recommendation, and then a personal resume. So that's going to be going out. Also, Puente Club is recruiting for fall 2020. So if you guys are interested in Puente, their program requirements and contact info is provided under their Instagram account at MSGC_Puente Club. And then I just want to do similar to Ellie, just a shout out to the Talon. Flight 2020 is now available online. So it's a magazine of just MSGC anthology of students written and visual work, including poetry, essays, photography, and artwork. You can always check out the latest Talon newspaper and their stories. All you have to do is just go on the MSGC website, and then under Student Life, you'll click the Talon, and then it'll directly take you to the Talon's new website, and you can check it out there. So that's all I have to say.
Alrighty. Thank you. Any other executive officer reports? Alrighty, then I'll just say one very quick thing. And for those of you who are graduating, I believe the deadline to submit a photo and a bio and everything that you want, like on your little slideshow during the virtual commencement, is due on Sunday. So if you don't have a favorite picture yet, you better pick one because you have until Sunday. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Other than that, next week is our last meeting, so kind of sad about that. But don't worry, we still have a ceremony 2 weeks from today. So actually, I don't think that's on the agenda yet, but oh, it is on the agenda. Never mind. We'll talk about it later. Moving on to legislative report. Or give me 1 second. Oh, Caston, you have something to report?
I just had a question. Our last meeting is Wednesday?
No, next week.
Oh, I thought you said next Wednesday. I was like, wow. Okay, I misheard.
No,
I'm
no, no,
so
no, no.
sorry. I apologize.
Yes. Alrighty. Yeah. So moving on to legislative reports. Sorry about that. Any senators have anything to report?
Yeah,
No.
sorry,
Oh,
I like realized I was muted.
go ahead.
So in my class with Chanupa, one of our students actually brought up, I guess about the issues going on, due to the whole virus and everything. So what she did in particular was one of her friends is a nursing student here at MSJC, and she was seriously going to drop her class because, she didn't have any kind of, like internet setup or any computers or anything. So this student, my classmate, went out of her way and bought a Chromebook for her and helped her set up internet connection through, I think, Spectrum. So I just wanted to kind of bring awareness that after that discussion in class, I think a proposal might be made and presented in the next Friday meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll get more details on that. But a lot of it was similar to what MSJC is already doing for students, but my professor thought that it was really, really nice and this wanted to kind of take this and make sure that students are aware that, hey, like we got each other's back, like we're there to support each other. So this proposal might be to, I guess, extend our resources a little bit more, something like that.
Okay. I see Ariana has her hand raised. I have something to say about that too. But
Yes, Victoria, following that, if anybody or any friends or students needs Chromebook or hotspot, the MSGC are still like
distributing those.
accepting. Yeah, they're still accepting. So if you need the survey, the link, or you can even talk to your own professor and they are allowed to fill out that for you, or to a counselor as well. I will say it will be best if you make an appointment with a counselor for them to fill out the survey or the paperwork for them to provide. I just had a fellow mentor worker that he has an iPad just like me, and we cannot work or make appointments because we don't have Chrome on our iPads. So yeah, they are still getting all that information if you need a Chromebook or hotspot. And also, yes, Spectrum is also accepting. You just need to provide, I think, the school code and all that shebang thing. But yeah, there are resources out there.
Yeah, thank you. I knew that there was some out there. So that's why I was like, wow, this student, and like, that's what kind of irked me, was because, it's like, we need to reach out more to students, broadcast a little bit more, because I told her that we had, I think I did, or I messaged her and told her that we had these, and if there was any way that, we could do something about what she did. So I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention and let you know that there possibly might be a proposal introduced next meeting.
Okay. Thank you, Victoria.
Yeah, no problem.
So yeah, I think what we just need to do.
I wanted to add on to that on what Victoria was saying.
Alright, go right ahead, Chanupa. I'm sorry.
No problem. I think especially in a time right now, these are the things that we need to be looking at, that we really need to, I guess, give credit for, because I know a lot of students are definitely still feeling alone and like they don't have necessarily everything that they could have. And, you know, just hearing in this instance, one particular story that someone was able to go out of their way to go ahead and help another student, someone who was close to her. And we don't hear a lot of that. We just hear a lot of, you know, I'm just going to drop because this isn't, I can't do this, or this is just too much, you know. And I really think that we need to be there for students, I guess, more available, you know, especially us for SGA, because we are the students' voices. I don't know if we could do anything more, but I know that we're doing a lot. And just hearing this story, it kind of gives you hope, you know, it really does.
Yeah. Thank you, Chanupa.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Any other senator reports? Actually, before we get to that, so going back to like what Victoria had mentioned, I believe just having like those resources like readily available for us to promote, like I think that's very beneficial, and I think that's going to be able to answer a lot of the questions that may be posed. And yeah, for example, finding that link like where students can fill out information in order to get a Chromebook or and such, or a hotspot, right? But yeah. Any other senator reports before we move on? No? Alrighty, moving on to committee reports. Any committees want to
Would like to
report?
go.
Go right ahead, Brian.
So for my committee, we were just discussing like what we could do more in terms of during the summer, just to make sure we keep active. And I know this goes in hand to one of the discussion items, so I'm not going to go in too quick with it. But just we want to make more, hopefully Netflix watch parties over the summer. So that's one of the events that we'll be making sure to create. Also, the Netflix watch party, like Jose said, it is tonight. Instructions are included on SGA social media, in Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook on how you can tune in. And if you still have any questions, you can always email the SLDP email, and then you can get more help from there. But I just wanted to bring that up real quick.
Alrighty, thank you, Brian. Any other committees want to report out? No? Alrighty. We do have an information item on the agenda because, well, I forgot to put it in last week's. Virtual events, Zoom with candidates. I guess we can just report out on that and how it went. I was able to attend the YouTube showing, I guess you can say, but I want to see how it went from your behalf as far as the candidates' behalf. Like, how was it? What can we improve? And so on and so forth.
I personally think it went well. I mean, it was the first time that the SGA, I believe that SGA does like a virtual Zoom with the candidates type of thing for the student to be able to see who we are. But personally, I think it went well. I personally was nervous, but it was really fun to get to know everyone a little bit more and what are their purpose and goals. And also, I like how afterwards, once the link was available, I noticed that most of us were sharing the link for the students to go and watch it, even if they miss it. So personally, I think it went well to be the first time. So yeah, kudos.
Yeah, definitely, I would agree.
So I was in the
Awesome.
Zoom for the Zoom with the candidates, and I also did meet the candidates last year when I ran, and I think this was actually better than that. I don't know if you guys remember, but not a lot of people showed up last year.
Yeah.
And I think this was a better platform, and I also think it was a way to get your face out there. So when you're in class, or hopefully next year when you guys are back on campus, people will recognize you from these types of videos. And it got shared on, I know the success programs, MSJC success program, their Instagram. I just think it was a really great idea, and it was a great platform. I think next year, I think it should be something that should even be continued, like a a YouTube kind of meet the candidates thing so it can be shown again at different times, because I know that was an issue when we tried to do a meet the candidates in person, is a lot of people are in class during certain times. So I do think this may be one good thing that's happened from going online, is we're learning different ways and different ways, better ways to reach out to our students. And I think this is definitely a better way to get the students to get more involved in the election. So I think it was a great idea. I liked it a lot. I think you guys all did an awesome job. I'm super excited. I'm really, really excited to see what you guys do next year. I'm really excited for all of y'all. But I think it was great. I'm excited.
Yeah. I believe, Brian, you raised your hand.
Yes, I'm just gonna do kudos just because it ties into the events, but I just want to say kudos to Maricela because she was a great moderator. I think for it to be like well, not last minute, but I think that for her to step up, I just want to thank Maricela because she did a great job. And then kudos to Jose and Suzanne for hosting the event, just because they made the live stream, they made sure that the live stream went properly well. And I thought it was really cool. I was pretty nervous at first, just because I don't really have an issue just like talking, but I don't know, I was just a bit nervous. Maybe it's just my feels. But I thought it was honestly a great experience, and it was certainly, I think it'll certainly leave a mark on how we do elections for future elections. I thought it was great doing an online platform, and I hope we can do this next year as well.
Yeah, agreed. Alrighty, any other final thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns before we move on to actual kudos, confessions, and concerns?
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, that's great. Glad y'all had fun. That's what we want, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, with that being said, we will move on to SGA feedback, kudos, confessions, and concerns. This time is reserved for discussions among SGA legislators related to feelings, thoughts, intergroup dynamics, and group norms. Items on the agenda may not be discussed during this time.
I would say if somebody, going back to what Victoria and Shanupa were sharing, if anyone has like technical issues or they need anything, if you're concerned, please let them know that they can go to a counselor or any faculty to fill out the survey. I personally have still the survey because I have to share it with my FYE students. So make sure to spread the word because we are still having the resources for those students because we are going online on summer for summer courses. So if any student needs anything, I'm pretty sure MSJC is gonna have the resources to assist them. So make sure to, hey, schedule an appointment with a counselor. They're gonna help you with that. So yeah, just sharing it again.
Alrighty, thank you, Ariana. So yeah, kudos to basically everyone in SGA for working so hard and tirelessly, making sure that our resources are spread out and telling everyone about what services that we can still offer during this online platform. Yes, thank you for trying to get back to our normal state or trying to make a sense of normalcy. Also kudos to the candidates. Y'all did great during the Zoom with the candidates. I know some of the answers were really, really great. And yeah, wish you all the best moving forward. Wow, that's depressing. So
Out of all of you, I'm clapping. You can't see me, but I'm
Yes.
clapping.
Yeah. Thank you, Victor.
yeah. Any other kudos, confessions, and concerns?
I do. I'm gonna say just some real quick. Sorry.
Go
I
right
just
ahead.
want to go on with what you said too. Kudos to everyone who participated in the event. I thought it was really great. I think you guys all did amazing, honestly. I don't think we could have improved. I think it went great for the first time, and I just hope we can just do it next year as well. I also want to do kudos to the EPIC committee and Tracy for taking the initiative for the Pledge for Success program, as well as opening the opportunity to fundraise with the graduation law signs. So if anyone here is watching and is graduating, we are fundraising with graduation law signs, and they are $15. It'll help SGA and it'll help promote your graduation. So please buy one today. And then last thing that I want to say, there is a concern that I've been seeing. Many students are still confused on like the process of how MSGC will distribute the emergency funds. So I'm hoping that maybe we can ask the Board of Trustees to provide more information and a little bit of clarity on how the disbursement will go. Because some are still wondering like, how is it gonna all work? How much money am I gonna get? And what is the timeline? So I'm hoping maybe we can like reach out to them and see if we can get more info if possible.
Hi, Brian. Okay, so in my meeting with Kristen, the money, hold on, I have my notes right here. So the money will be dispersed all digitally. That's why Bank Mobile sent out that that email. They're not going to send out checks. So if you guys applied for the CARES Act, you know anybody who applied for the CARES Act, make sure, and right now people are moving, like it's very hectic for everybody. So we want to make sure that everything is digital. So it'll be through the Bank Mobile app. So make sure that everything with your bank and your Bank Mobile is up to date, is accurate. So there will be a brown bag meeting, but probably to go over more information, but they want to hold off until about next week so that they have at least a full week of people applying to the CARES Act before they come out with the brown bag and start answering questions, because it'll give people a week to apply, to really go over the eligibility. The eligibility requirements are on the page that the CARES Act form is on. I posted it on Facebook, but on the CARES link that the school sent out, the eligibility requirements are there. So the way that it's going to work is people that are in the most need and meet the most qualifications, they're going to get money first. They're expecting money to be left over, and that money will be sent out to people who applied and didn't meet those qualifications. Maybe they didn't meet the Pell Grant, or I would have to go back over exactly.
The Title IV
Yeah, the Title IV. Or I think it's Title IX.
requirements. No, Title IV for financial aid.
So, yeah, FA Title, financial aid, Title IV, FAFSA, U.S. citizen, Social Security, high school diploma, SAP. So, it has to be Bank Mobile. Those are my little notes that said that. So, just let everybody know that will be a brown bag sometime next week. They don't have the date yet, but they want to get a week of people applying and them to really get the most information. Currently, right now, Kristen said they don't know exactly what date everything's going to go out. They just want people to apply, and then they'll get the money out. I hope that clarified a little bit for people that are watching and for y'all. But yeah, that's all.
Yeah, sounds good. Does that clarify anything, Brian?
Oh no, yeah, I like know it's like I know everything. I just want to like see if they could provide like more like info, but no, totally like I think that's enough information for now.
Yeah,
Thank you, Allison.
you kind of scared me a little bit when you said Board of Trustees. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, no.
You probably don't want to bring that up straight to the Board of Trustees. Maybe you want to work like their way up the ladder, like like start off with like Dr. Colson and then go to Dr. Schultz, and then nothing else happens, then you can bring it up to the Board of Trustees. But yeah,
Perfect.
thank you, Brian. Any other kudos?
Feel free to share the COVID-19 MSJC email. They're still answering questions. I know Kristen told me that she answers a lot of the questions. So she works with Dr. Schultz all day. She knows so much. I love working with her. So she answers a lot of those emails too. I'm sure there are people that help her as well. But if you or anybody else has questions and you don't know who to ask, you can always email the COVID-19. I've never had to email them, but I heard that they have about a 24 to 48 hour response time. So those are also good places to start if you or anybody you know has a good question.
Definitely. Thank you, Allison. Any other kudos, confessions, and concerns?
Victor?
Yes, Maya.
Hey, so just to also clarify for any emails or any questions like that. If if y'all are hearing things out, from your peers, you can email definitely the email. That's your first, the COVID email is your first route. But then you can also just follow up with me and send me an email and say, hey, Maya, I'm not getting a response. Can you help out? And then I can definitely do some follow up for you. So that's always an option as well. Don't be afraid to do that. That's what we're here for. And then Saydel, I don't know, were you going to share it about the parking issue or?
That's on the agenda.
Oh, it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, then I won't comment until then. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I was muted.
Alrighty, any other kudos, confessions, and concerns before we move on? Alrighty, moving on to public comment on non-agenda items. All public comments will be limited to 1 minute each. Additional time can be allowed with motion and second from the Senate. Suzanne, do we have any public comments?
We do not have any public comment.
Alrighty. So if we don't have any public comment on non-agenda items, speak now or forever hold your peace. Alrighty, moving on to public comment on agenda items. All public comments will be limited to 1 minute each. Additional time can be allowed with motion and second from the Senate. Because we're all in the legislature, I don't think this. Alrighty. Moving on to discussion/action items. Following items may be discussed and voted on at this time. 8 minutes per topic, 1 minute per speaker. Members of the public may speak after the discussion by the voting body is closed and before a vote by the voting body is taken. First on our agenda is discussion and approval of $400 for SJA ceremony food expenses. So this is pretty self-explanatory and very straightforward. Is there any discussion? Like, what will we be spending our money on?
Wait, but I'm kind of confused.
We spent $750 last week for the plaques.
Yes.
But
That's what you were gonna ask.
400 for food expenses?
Yes. So Jose, you want to clarify that?
Yeah, so it's, well, I guess it's not really a surprise. Well, the goal was a surprise, but that's okay. Right. So we wanted to order some Domino e-gift cards for all of you, just as a way to celebrate, to have some sort of food during the ceremony, even though it's virtual. So that's the idea with that, is we're gonna just send you all a food gift card. And that's what this item is for.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Victoria.
Pizza's great. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, and so with that being said, is there
Trying to be
any
creative.
discussion? Is there any additional discussion revolving this line item? No? Cool. So then do I have a motion to approve of $400 for SJA ceremony food expenses?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so then Brian, do you motion? Well, actually, you should be the one saying I motion, and then
I
I second.
motion.
Thank you. Motion to approve given by Commissioner Moreno Alvarez. And Victoria, you wanted to second?
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioner. Because this is a fiscal matter, we will be moving to a roll call vote. All right, give me 1 second. Alrighty. Vice President, Menifee Valley Campus, Ali Baeza.
Aye.
Vice President, San Jacinto Campus, Saydel Perez.
Aye.
Student Trustee, Allison Salas.
Aye.
Commissioner of College Activities, Brian Moreno Alvarez.
Hi.
Commissioner of Finance, she's not here. That's an abstention. Commissioner of Institutional Effectiveness, Nicholas Singh.
Aye.
Commissioner of Public Relations, Ariana Rodriguez.
Aye.
Commissioner of Student Equity and Cultural Affairs, Casson Chamberlain.
Aye.
Senator of College Activities, Cindy Lopez.
Aye.
Senator of Financial Affairs, Christian Cortez.
Aye.
Senator of Institutional Effectiveness, Hector Cardenas.
Aye.
Thank you. Senator of Public Relations, Victoria Ann Caballero.
Aye.
Senator of Student Equity and Cultural Affairs, Chanuba Vasquez.
Aye.
Senator of Student Equity and Cultural Affairs, Victor Heredia.
Aye.
Senator of Student Equity and Cultural Affairs, Timberly Vick.
Aye.
Ayes have it. By majority decision, we will be spending $400 on SGA ceremony expenses. All present members. Aye. Alrighty, cool. Moving on to line item 2, discuss a possible online chartering process. So I believe this was given to us by the ICC. Granted, because we don't know how the fall semester is going to play out, we may need to look into how to shift our applications and our processes online, and chartering is one of them. I know we already have something in place, like where clubs can already charter through like a online form. So Jose, you want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So you're right. So we do already have a form that we can definitely launch for the students. But I guess the discussion that I wanted to have was what everyone thinks about the idea of just having clubs remain active in the summer if they wish, right? We certainly don't want to force clubs to be active if they don't feel prepared to be active or want to be active. But we definitely want to offer that as a we want to offer that option. So part of that is clubs, they charter spring, they charter fall, but maybe, and this is just an idea I'm throwing out to everyone, maybe we just have them keep that spring charter till fall, right? Like they don't have to worry about chartering this summer, just to make it a little easier on everyone. And then also maybe looking into the possibility of just making it a year long, if we're in this for a year, right? If we're virtual for a year, making it a year long charter. But that's a conversation I still have to have with our team. We haven't gotten that far into that conversation yet. But for now, I think it'd be nice to offer the option to clubs to remain active this summer. And I know it's another item on the agenda for SGA, but maybe both having that option would be really nice. So
Yeah.
I mean, so that's kind of the discussion I want to have with all of you, and just see what you think. I mean, are there things that you've heard from other students? Is there other feedback? I know Ellie can attest to this too, but we've gotten questions about it, and I know students are just wondering. So we just want to offer that option. If they definitely want to be active during the summer, I'm supportive of that. I think it's great. It's continuing to build that community. But I also don't want clubs to feel like they have to. So, yeah.
Ellie, do you want to say something about this?
Yeah, so this is mostly just like a clarification point for some clubs. I know I've gotten it. Maya can maybe talk about it a little bit more, but it had been brought up in a meeting that I was in with her and Jose, and an ICC meeting with everybody. And I think clubs are kind of just starting to get their footing in the online.
Mhm.
Like they're just starting to meet weekly, or maybe they were like not meeting weekly up until the end of the semester, but they think that they can in the summer. And so I would just hate to shut them down right as they're getting right as they're getting to it. And I know I'm just getting a lot of questions about like what that would look like, what SGA would be doing in the summer. So like if we could partner with them on things, just kind of have the same relationship that we would during the regular semester. And so I just wanted to kind of get all of your guys' thoughts, just because I'm only one person and Jose is only one advisor. And so maybe we can come together and have a little bit more answers for them.
Yeah, definitely. I'm supportive of clubs remaining active during the summer. Like Allison said, I think it sounds like a good idea. It does ease the transition, I would say. Granted, we've only been online for like a month now, or almost 2 months. So, I mean, everyone's still trying to find their footing, including us. So I think having more experience with an online environment would be very beneficial, especially if we were to remain online in the fall semester.
Yeah. I think it would open up possibilities too for further engagement from the students, because like my club, for example, like the NISC that I'm in, like we're already like assembling like a summer hacking team to do like competitions.
Yeah, that's really cool. So Jose, I hope that answers your question. I want to ask like everyone else here. what do y'all think about having clubs remain active during the summer?
I think it's a great idea. I I think it's a great. I know most of the students maybe they're gonna want their break, but under that break, it's knowing that the school will still have the clubs they can join and have fun like activities or things to do. And yeah, it's a good way to keep active within the school, either if you're not taking classes during the summer or if you are. So I'll say I'm down for it. I want to. It's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I piggyback Ariana. I think that the biggest thing is that, well, whoever will be vice president will kind of encourage these clubs and help them out, because I feel like a lot of them are stressed out too because of everything that's going on. And maybe it's difficult for them to like come up with activities or events. So it's something that SGA will have to dedicate a lot of time to. I know that right now I dedicate a lot of time to helping my clubs succeed. So it's something that SGA would have to definitely like really step up with. So they feel like more relieved. But I think it's a great idea, and I think that we should continue it.
Yeah, I was gonna say agree to Ariana, and piggybacking off the both of you, I think that it'll be fun, but it shouldn't require too much work. I want to say, because personally I dread the summer. I don't do anything anyway, and it's nice to keep busy, but we don't want to overwhelm students who are maybe taking summer courses, maybe one or two or even more, because we have some really determined students out there. So I think that it's a great idea, but we shouldn't do, like, for example, SGA shouldn't go too extreme with it, just so that we're not overworking ourselves and we're not bombarding our students with events, virtual events.
Yeah, very true. Because we still do need to be mindful of all the units people are taking and the workload that they already have. School does come first, y'all. Yeah, thank you, Victoria. Somebody?
Yeah, if I can just add like a little bit of a point of clarification. I know that like me and Jose have kind of stressed to the clubs during the meetings and like during our emails and everything that like no one is pressured to do anything with their clubs. Like if going online means your club isn't active anymore, then it means your club isn't active anymore. And we totally understand that. There's no like mandatory ICC like meeting requirement or anything. This is mostly, I've had clubs come to me and say, like, I want to be active during the summer. Would SGA support this? So it's not really like a pressure point. It's not really like, please stay active during the summer. It's kind of, if you want to, if you think it's beneficial for your students, if you guys have time to do it, then go right ahead and we would support you in doing that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you for the clarification, Ellie. And yes, I believe most, if not all of us here, would definitely support an online or clubs remaining active during the summer.
Ellie and Sadell, a question for y'all. Wouldn't this also help ease the transition into fall semester? Because I know sometimes it's a little bit hard for clubs to get the events that they want to do, because they don't charter until October or the end of September. Like if they're active during the summer, wouldn't they, even if they don't even have any events during the summer, if they're just meeting and talking and planning stuff out during the summer, wouldn't that give them like a head start, or like even make their transition into fall semester smoother?
Yeah. I think that would, like, regardless if the clubs want to do events or activities or anything like that, at least meeting up and talking and getting to know each other, that would help a transition into the fall. So it is a good idea. And I really like it, and I hope that we can continue it. And like I said, it's just like we have to help them get through it. I know that I sit like a lot of hours talking to some of the club members, and I talk to them about what they want to do, what their goals for their clubs look like, because I do have some new clubs. So I think that the summer would be great for them to get started and maybe recruit new people, especially right now since
people are at home and not really doing much. So I think it's a great idea, and you're right, Allison. So I hope this gets done.
Maya, I see you have your hand raised.
Yeah. So, we hadn't really talked about this as a team necessarily. I wasn't necessarily, I wasn't aware that clubs were really hoping to continue to continue on in the summer. I think, normally we haven't done it because for a variety of reasons when we've been on campus. Certainly though, this last summer, we were trying to be more active just as a student life department. So, we had 1 or 2 events that were pretty low key for summer school folks. The only reason so here's the reason why we charter. This is one I know, this is some feedback we've gotten in the past about, why do we have to charter every semester? It's a lot of work, and the real reason is honestly just to ensure that our advisors are frankly looped in and feel supported. Because our advisors, y'all keep in mind, if we didn't have advisors, we wouldn't have clubs, right? And so our advisors most of them are full-time faculty, sometimes they're adjunct faculty teaching at multiple colleges. And so they're really spread thin. And so this support that they're showing our clubs is really an added on duty that they, most of the time they do because they really want to support you all. And so when we have them charter every semester, it means that we can chat with them, we can check in with them. And then we can also ensure that the members that are actually current members are current and they are in fact enrolled in classes and they are actually like engaged, right? So I totally get that it's a hassle. I understand. It's also a lot of work on our team too. So it's definitely like it's a thing. Having said that, we're in a new reality right now, and it's definitely something that is unprecedented. I would say I would support this absolutely. And I also want to comment though, for sure, we don't want to put pressure on our students to program, right? And to be honest, like their job really isn't to program. Like that's our job. That's what, Jose's job and Lisel's job, ultimately my job. Like that's what we're supposed to be doing for you all. Like we're providing the opportunities for y'all to engage. The clubs absolutely can do their own events and we can support them do those events. In fact, we were just talking as a team, like one of our goals this summer is going to be to just really streamline our processes and try to remove obstacles. So, can we as a department help you all make flyers, the clubs, right? That want to make, can we help market? Can we help, really just make things a little easier so that really all the students in the clubs have to do, all y'all have to do is just show up, right? That's it. So I'm supportive of this. I think this could be a really good thing. I would want to honestly check in with our faculty advisors, number one, because that was the other reason why we went dark in the summer. A lot of our faculty advisors go dark. In other words, they are not on contract. So unless they're teaching a class, they're actually not obligated to do any type of work. They're taking vacations, right? They're doing their own things. So that's another thing that we just need to be mindful of. But we can certainly talk more about it. And I think that, if this is something certain clubs want to do because their faculty advisors are going to be on camp or they're going to be teaching, right? They're going to be on contract, then yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty, so what I'm hearing is I'm probably going to just continue this discussion line item until next week's meeting as well. Jose, Jose and Suzanne, or Jose and Maricela, do y'all have an ICC meeting on Tuesday and Wednesday? Is that your final one? Cool.
Our final one is mine is the week next 2 weeks from now is the last one.
May 13th for us.
Yes.
During
so mine's May
finals.
12th.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the clubs still wanted to meet, so
Okay.
we let them know.
Okay. Alrighty, cool. So then could maybe we ask the club's president at the ICC what they would like to see from a summer. You know what? I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. Y'all have some really great ideas. I think Casson had her hand raised as well. Or
Yeah, I
Casson,
need to
did you
remind about that.
Okay. So then with that being said, I will continue this discussion line item until next week's meeting. Moving on to line item 3, discuss how or if SGA should remain active during the summer. So this goes hand in hand with number 2, but number 3, what do y'all think?
I mean, yes, because if we're gonna allow the clubs to participate in the summer, we're gonna need SGA support to help them through. So I'm guessing, yes, we should remain active during the summer.
Yes, I was gonna second Cidel's. If the clubs are gonna be active, I believe it should be a great idea for us as well to be out there. Again, respecting everyone's schedule and courses, because I know most people take 1 to 2 classes anyways during the summer. But if we can be there, support or plan, like even the same Netflix watch parties that are super simple, and just be there for the student. Yeah.
My only concern is like the workload for our staff at the
Got
student
it.
life department.
Agreed, Victor. Agreed.
Yeah. I don't know what your guys' schedule is like during the summer. I don't know if you guys are slated to work on Fridays. But
Can I jump in?
yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah, so that's a great question. I'm not sure what the district's going to be doing now. I'm assuming we're still going to be on 410s, which means we do not work Fridays.
Right.
I mean, frankly, the whole college is closed on Fridays. So if that were the case, nothing would be going on Friday anyway. Having said that, we're in a different world right now. So, I'm, yeah, I can't answer that question. There might be some flexibility where we might be able to do some programming on Friday if we flex other days of the week, right? Like, so the staff would just have to take another day off or something if that was something that they were able to do. So yeah, so we're flexible. I mean, we're certainly going to be working. So I would say if the SGA wants to continue meeting and planning, we can totally do that. I don't think that's going to be an issue. We just might have to change the regular meeting to Thursdays or some other day.
Yeah.
Not Fridays. I'm okay with having programs on Friday like once in a while, but I don't think we can do a regular meeting every Friday. If we're going to be on 410s. If we're not, then then it's fine. We just meet like we regularly do.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That basically clarifies any question that I had in terms of in terms of your schedule. So what I'm hearing is we do want to remain active during the summer, and it will essentially be up to y'all who are still in SJ during the summer, to plan when the meetings are supposed to be held, and also committee meetings as well. Actually, I'm not entirely too sure.
It should be discussed a little bit more just so that we have all the information, because we don't know if our advisors are available, because we need to work around their schedule too.
Definitely.
If I can just jump
Seconded.
in. I'm sorry, y'all. So y'all have all the information. I apologize. I probably should have given you all more. My only recommendation would be perhaps that we don't necessarily have the committee meetings function in the exact same way that they do now during the regular semester. That would be my only comment. That isn't to say that y'all couldn't do committees. I'm just wondering, it might be more beneficial just to do some of that work in the main SGA meeting, just given that we are going to be in the summer, things are going to be a little slower potentially, right? And then once fall hits, we can go back to that regular committee schedule. But again, I'm open to that conversation. This is just the first time we're having it, so we can definitely chat more.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. I will continue the slide item. Also, I'm not sure if you guys are having a summer retreat once, like for the elected officials or rather elected
Yes.
officers. Yeah. So this is something that y'all may want to discuss during that time as well, because I'm only here until like next Friday, y'all.
I have a question.
2 weeks from now,
Well,
actually.
not a question, but I just wanted to bring up, it's a crazy idea that I was thinking, but I think it would be pretty good. So I'm thinking that it would be really cool if we could create a new way that we could advertise student life. I don't know how that may be possible. I'm just like trying to like maybe bring up the idea of it. Maybe we can work with everyone like that's here for during the summer. We can work on a new way. I was thinking it would be cool if we could create like a monthly flyer that's that has all the events, all the resources that we'll be doing for each month, either through the SLDP email. Like, I don't know if that's possible. You know how MSJC with Eagle Info, they send like the weekly events. I think it would be pretty cool, like if us Student Life, we could do that as well, but just specifically Student Life. So kind of removing that Student Life section from the weekly in a way, but just having that one flyer all throughout. That way students are informed. And then another crazy idea, I think it would be pretty cool. So I have friends like at other like Cal States and Long Beach. Yeah, Cal State Long Beach. And what they do for Student Life is that, so they use Beachboard, so it's kind of like Canvas. So what they do is that they receive all their Student Life notifications through Canvas. Oh, like it would be for us, it would be through Canvas, so that they're up to date with everything that's Student Life related. So I don't know if it's possible, if we could maybe see how we can create a section where it's directly Student Life related, and everything will be on there instead of going to MSJC and then under SGA and then checking under events or checking through your Eagle info. I don't know. I think it would be pretty cool just to have that under actual Canvas, because how many of us are on Canvas? And I think we take the most time on there instead of the actual MSJC website. If we're being honest, and who even reads the Eagle info at times? I mean, I think that we should try just advertising more. Well, yeah, but like just try to advertise more and just spread the word more. And I think it would be pretty cool just to create monthly flyers like that.
Yeah, actually, we had a discussion last semester on creating a Canvas course shell for SGA because most of our students spend, well, actually almost all of our students spend the most time on Canvas because that's where their classes are, right? Especially now, like in an online environment. But yeah, definitely great ideas, Brian.
Yeah, chemistry actually does that. Chemistry has their own department show for all students who are enrolled in chemistry, regardless if it's 101 or like 112 or something. So that might actually be a really good thing. And I feel like we'll actually have a lot more engagement through that.
Yeah, Maya, I see you have your hand raised.
Yeah, so Brian, you are reading our minds. We actually are absolutely working on creating our Canvas presence. That was what we were doing the first couple of weeks when we all went on lockdown. We were getting a lot of training, and so we do have a Canvas page. We're working on getting it kind of fine-tuned. I haven't had time to frankly work on it, honestly, but we have it. So that's one of the goals that we're gonna begin to work on towards the end of May and June. So we are definitely on the same page, and more to come on that. For sure.
Alrighty, cool. Then I'll continue this line item as well, just in case like anybody has any more ideas. I believe the discussion's probably finished, but I'm just gonna leave it on there just in case. Moving on to our last line item, discussion on any information regarding parking permit refunds.
Yeah, so I spoke to Maya about this already, and she let me know that Dr. Colson is gonna have a credit towards the semester that, well, the spring remainder of the spring semester that you did not use towards the fall semester parking expenses. So once you log in and you are putting the parking pass in your cart, it should give you the credits that would go towards that parking pass. And I believe this is for continuing students only. And that is it.
I have a question, Sido. Do you know by any chance, like if students can choose between having like a refund or the credit? Or
It's
has to be specifically credit?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
credit.
Okay.
And Maya, did you talk to Dr. Colson himself about this and how it's only for continuing students?
Yes, so that's my understanding. And it's just to clarify, it's not necessarily Dr. Colson himself. It's really the district, right? It's the college. So there isn't one. So I want to make sure I emphasize that it's not one decision maker that's making that decision. It's really a collective decision. But yeah, so as far as I understand it, it's going to be for folks that are entering the fall semester who are returning. They'll have that option as a credit as of right now. But that's the option.
Any word on graduating students or?
I don't believe those folks will be eligible. No.
Got it. Alrighty. Oh, would you look at that? We finished at 12. Alrighty, with that being said, do I have any call for agenda items for next week's meeting?
I would say that proposal, but I think it's still getting started. So when's the deadline for like agenda items?
Midnight. Well, it's like Monday, Tuesday, 12 a.m. But like Monday midnight. You know what I mean?
Monday, 11.
Monday going into Tuesday. Yeah, Monday at 11:59 p.m. There you go.
Okay, cool. So if I get that, then I'll definitely send it to
please.
everyone.
And or send it to me. That way I can put it on the agenda.
Definitely.
Cool. Cassie, you have your hand raised?
Yeah, should we start planning for the summer retreat?
I believe that's up to our advisors, but
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so if I can just comment on that. So we definitely want feedback, right? So there are some nuts and bolts kind of housekeeping things that we have to cover as advisors so that you all are prepared, right? Because there's going to be, remember, there's going to be some new folks that have never been a part of SGA. They're going to be part of this. So there's going to be some things like that, just reviewing parliamentary procedure, reviewing the Brown Act, that kind of thing. We'll do some team building, probably exercises similar to what y'all did in the winter. But yes, if there are certain topics or certain things that you all as a group, particularly obviously the group coming in, wants to see, then we can definitely take note of that. And so just, I would say, communicate that to Jose and or Maricela or Suzanne about, the topics that y'all specifically would like to do. And if there's any specific exercises that you'd like to do, we're definitely open to it for sure. But don't feel like you have the responsibility to plan the whole thing. It's definitely not on your shoulders, but absolutely we'll take feedback.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Cool. Any other call for agenda items before I adjourn this meeting?
Go ahead,
sorry.
Zadell. Go ahead.
Jackie Figueroa, she's the one that did the petition. She wants to be able to join next week's SGA meeting. If she could, to explain her petition. She she just wants to explain it more thoroughly, what she was trying to state in her petition. She has heard our meeting, and she has other opinions towards what we're saying. So if she could be part of the SGA meeting.
So Victor, before you comment, so this just as a general rule, generally what we do when folks visit and they have issues or just want to address the SGA, there's two ways that this can happen. It can happen during public comment on non-agenda items, right? So Jackie would be under public comment on non-agenda items, or y'all can put it on the agenda, right? And then this would just be a public comment on agenda items. And so her interaction with you all as a group in the Zoom meeting directly would be basically fitting within those two frameworks. And then, we probably want to add a time limit. We want to follow our agenda in terms of, what time limit. Certainly you can extend the time limit. So, this is a particular issue. So we probably, we might want to extend it past the 1 minute, right? Because that's not a lot of time. So that's something to consider, Victor, next week as y'all build your agenda. But those would be the two ways that would happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she can definitely clarify her petition during the public comment on non-agenda items. Granted, as of right now, it's only limited to 1 minute, but again, like Maya said, we can definitely extend that 1 minute. I believe somebody else had something to say again for the agenda items.
So Victor, we'll need to approve ICC club points. So I'll work with Tracy this week. So I'll email you an amount Monday morning. But yeah, just so it's on your radar too.
Alrighty, thank you, Jose. Alrighty, with that being said, does anybody else have any call for agenda items before I adjourn this meeting? No? Alrighty, then I will adjourn this meeting at 11:16 a.m. Thank you all for joining our penultimate meeting of the spring semester.